This is a very long overdue dedicated review, but guess what? We are doing it today. And we are talking about none other than this baby right here. This is from the house of Tiziana Terenzi, and this is Delox. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Tiziana Maria here. Yes, we are doing a dedicated fragrance review. I know you all enjoy these. This is a fragrance that I sampled over a year and a half ago, almost 2 years at this point. Again, this is the house of Tiziana Terenzi, and this is the fragrance Delox. Now, Delox has had a run. It's been loved. It's been hated on. And we'll get into why that is in some cases, but let's talk about it. But of course, lipstick of the day today, everyone, it is a gloss because I'm very chill, I'm keeping very comfortable, and I'm rocking out with my honey waffles from Fenty. This is from their cream line of their lip glosses right here, the gloss bombs. Yeah, honey waffles, definitely check it out. Everything I have on my face will be in the description box as always, so you don't have to look for it. Fragrance of the day, we're gonna keep it on the topic at hand, and that is Delox. So here it is in all of its glory. So Delox, let's get into the specs when it comes to dedicated reviews for fragrances. I rate fragrances by 4 categories. The first category is mood, and that is simply when do I see myself wearing this fragrance, what time of year, the type of event. We'll get into it there. Second is strength, and that's on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being this ain't nothing but water in a pretty bottle, to 10 being this is nuclear powerhouse juice that I gotta scrub it and we're gonna get it off. Third category is longevity, and that is how many hours long lasting is the fragrance, which I know is very important for a lot of us. The fourth and final category is this a compliment getting fragrance, yes or no? So now you know how we do things here on the channel. And now let's talk about Delox. So the specs of Delox, this fragrance is not new. It came out in 2017, so it's been out for a minute, made its runs around the community. Of course, this was a talked about fragrance about 2-3 years ago here on YouTube. That's when it got on my radar. If you all have been with me for years at this point, you know I sampled a bunch of Tiziana Terenzi fragrances about 2 years ago, and that's when I first discovered Delox for myself. You all know I highly recommend sampling first, and this is a house because it is niche and how potent these fragrances are. Please sample these first. Do not blind buy Tiziana Terenzi because it can be a lot, especially if you're not used to it, especially if you're new to niche, that is for sure. These can really they open your senses up, that's for sure. Again, it was released in 2017. Now, this fragrance has some interesting notes, and they stood out to me in particular, and I'll note which ones those were. So we have top notes of white hyacinth, royal iris, and coffee. Then we have heart notes of Turkish rose, vanilla, and sweet myrrh. And then we have base notes of amber, white musk, honey, and cedarwood. So for me, y'all know I love iris. I am also a coffee drinker every day. So that right there, the iris, the coffee. I do like hyacinth too. I love hyacinth flowers, particularly like in the springtime for my home. I do like that. I'm here for a honey note. Me and honey have been in a relationship in 2023, so I'm gonna keep it going into 2024. So knowing that, I knew most likely I would enjoy, but again, I did sample it first, so it was not a blind buy for me. So I eventually upgraded my sample to the full-size bottle back in December of 2022. So yeah, we've had it for over a year, and now I can talk about it. While we are discussing more specs, I'm gonna refresh my scent strip so I can refresh my nose on this fragrance. And give you all fresh thoughts on it. Now, this fragrance only comes in the 100 ml size, which is right here before you. The top is very wobbly. I'm not a fan of the Classic Collections tops because these are kind of wobbly. I'm not a fan. When you do purchase your Tiziana Terenzi fragrances out of the Classic Collection, they do come with like a book of information, of course some other fragrances, and you also get a travel cap that you can use for your fragrances. So I'm gonna put that back in there if you don't feel like dealing with the big wobbly top. So yeah, there is that. So let me refresh my nose with this one, y'all. Absolutely, the coffee note hits you like right in your face. The coffee hits you in your nose. I smell the honey in here too. And then I do get the rose for sure. So for me, the coffee, I do get some iris because there's powderiness in there. You get more of the iris in the dry down to me, but the sweetness is from the honey for sure. And you do get that rose too, but we'll talk more about that in a minute. The concentration of this fragrance, you all, it is an extrait de parfum, so that means it's a lot of perfume oil in here, so it's very potent, which that is customary of Tiziana Terenzi, and that is why I do enjoy the house for that reason. And now let's talk about pricing. This fragrance, again, one size, 100 ml, it retails for $295, but alas, since it's been out for a minute, you can catch this fragrance for a deal on sale. Y'all know I post sales in the community tab all the time, so definitely be on the lookout for deals and whatnot, and I will hopefully be be able to link a sale or at least a discounted price for this video too, you know. I always like to give you all a discount when I can. So alas, let's talk about the other elephant in the room. Another reason why this fragrance is discussed a lot, and this is more so on the not a fan of it side. This is for the people that are purists in the community, and a lot of people might say that this is nothing but another dupe per se of Intense Cafe from the house of Montal. You all know I recently did a sampling video of their discovery set of Montal, so I have smelled Intense Cafe and I have a decant of Intense Cafe now, so I can finally weigh in on that conversation because so many fragrances get compared to Intense Cafe. You know, we just have to keep it a buck. That fragrance did come out earlier and sooner than Delox did, so I do understand why that happens a lot here in the community about comparing it to older fragrances. I do get it. But to me, I gotta say, after smelling both Intense Cafe and of course Delox, which is what we're talking about here today, they are not total dupes in my opinion. Now, are they in the same scent profile family? Yes, they are. But in my opinion, Tiziana Terenzi did it better. And it's because I get more of the coffee in here and they're having that honey in here, so it's sweeter. And in my opinion, Delox is a better blended, better well-designed, well-crafted version of that scent profile to me. So that is why I do get the comparisons for sure, because Intense Cafe did it first. I get it, that scent profile. But Tiziana Terenzi did it better. So I have to give them that credit on that. And I just pick up on more of the different notes in here. Like I'm smelling what I want to smell. But alas, I like Delox more because I get more of that coffee in here. Yes, so we had to go ahead and address that. So now let's get into the rating system, you all. So the mood of this fragrance, absolutely, Delox, y'all, is a cold weather scent. This is fall and winter. That's when I bought it, and that's when I find myself reaching for it because that's when, you know, drinking cozy drinks, cozy coffee. I know Head F and I will go to the coffee shops around this time of year when it's cold out. We'll sit in front of a fireplace, maybe even a bookstore. Delox is that kind of scent to me, but I do enjoy it for going out as well because this leaves a beautiful scent trail. So I even classify this as a cold weather date night scent as well. This is a win, and Head Up is a lover of coffee too, so that's why this scent is a win. That's why it's the date night scent for me, because I know he likes coffee scents, so it works out. It's a win for both of us. Now let's talk about the strength of this fragrance. To me, the strength of Delox, you do not need a lot of this fragrance because the strength is an 8. This is one, I only need a few sprays on my pulse points and I'm good. You do not have to bathe in Delox to get the effect because absolutely that coffee, that rose, and that honey is gonna hit you in the nose. It is. All right, take a break on that. Now, longevity of this fragrance. If you know anything about Tiziana Terenzi fragrances, you know longevity is not a problem for them, and Delox is no exception to that rule. This fragrance lasts all day, easily 8+ hours. I lose count after that. So it's an all day fragrance. I don't have to retouch it. I don't have to bathe in it to get the full effect of it. So yeah, this is a win to me in that category. For sure. Now, last category, is this a compliment getting fragrance? Interesting. So absolutely Delox is a compliment getter. So again, going back to this type of scent profile DNA, and I also got to throw in as well Mancera Roses Vanille too in this scent profile because it's also in that world too. If you know anything about the Intense Cafe, the Mancera Roses Vanille DNA, and of course now we have to talk about Delox, we gotta admit, that is a profile, that is a crowd pleaser. So I get why it's done. I get why people are doing their own renditions of the DNA profile and whatnot. I get it. This is a certified crowd pleaser for sure. This is a winner. I've taken it on trips with me. I've worn it in multiple different situations, from the office to social gatherings, you name it, and it gets compliments and people ask about Delox. And it's particularly if you're around people that are coffee drinkers, it's the coffee note they're gonna pick up the most, more so than anything for sure. And that's why, again, going back to that whole comparison of scent profiles and things, that is why I enjoy Delox, because I get more of the coffee out of this. And I love it. But definitely let me know, Els, would you all like a fragrance comparison, a full-on battle of this type of scent profile fragrances? Let me know if y'all want to see that type of content in 2024. Because I've been thinking about doing more like battle scent profile videos. So let me know. But yes, y'all, that is my take on Delox. All in all, I do enjoy this scent. I think this is really good. It has that extra blended, extra elevatedness that comes with Tiziana Terenzi. So All in all, I do like Delox. I think this is a great fragrance and I'm enjoying it for this time of year. And one thing I gotta admit too about Delox is that this is one of the fragrances that isn't as fruity as a lot of the other Tiziana Terenzi fragrances are. Because one thing, like once you get into Tiziana Terenzi world, you know what I'm talking about. For those that have been collecting Tiziana Terenzi for a while, you know a lot of their fragrances are heavy on the fruits, that type of thing. This one isn't. So if you've been looking for a Tiziana Terenzi that isn't as fruit heavy and more so like cold weather appropriate, yeah, Delox to me definitely smells a lot different from a lot of the other fragrances for sure. And you all know I have several Tiziana Terenzi fragrances, so that's why I can say that. So definitely check out Delox if you want something from this house, but you want something a little bit different, and particularly if you like coffee. Definitely check this out. So that is my dedicated review, you all. Let me know what you think about it, and yeah, I will catch y'all in the next one. Bye, y'all.